Right, I'm back. I've still, do you know, I can tell I can talk quite a lot. I don't know why I don't come on here more often. I've been saying that even though I'm not on, see, every second I manifest what I'm going to be saying. Uh, I manifest it. I'm going through this, what I'm doing, what I'm going to be saying. And I know what I want to say. There's so much I want to say, hence I was writing a book. Because my mum used to say all the time that with her coming from India, and that my mum was 15 when she came from India with my Auntie Grace, Auntie Grace and Uncle Noel were already here. My Auntie Grace was in the Wrens. I'm sure it was that. And Uncle Noel was a translator for the Air Force. I think my dad done something like that as well. My dad was in the Navy. My dad's brother, my uncle, Frank, he was shot down in a plane in World War II. His younger brother, very young. My big brother, Mark, he's very like him, apparently. Mark's got really black, well, he used to have black hair and very blue eyes. He used to say he looked like John Travolta. my mum used to encourage him. This is when we stayed in Troon in Ayrshire. Oh, fuck me. I've been everywhere, man. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash. Anywho, what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to finish this bit off. I still to figure out how to pause it. Oh, there it is there. Just to pause it. No, my daughter took me unawares there. And then her fiance came in as well. And then plus this new neighbour of mine in this side, David's house, is what I refer to as, and that's Billy May's house and Andrew's house. Anywho, Andrew was Billy May's son. And people have told me so much, just sitting here thinking that I could write a story of what I know of my neighbours Billy, May and Andrew, and I could write a story of who used to be in this house that I ended up knowing. I can definitely tell you a story of who used to be next door with before David, and I lived in Brimlands, which is another kind of state over away from Dreghorn. I live in a village called Dreghorn, right? So, anywho, and it's a really nice village. You don't have to leave the village. It's got fucking everything here and more. But no, what I wanted to tell you was when I wakened up in hospital, I never had pain or anything like that. And my mood had done a complete, what is it, 360, right, Tom? Done a fucking million in 60 ton. Because now I was dead. I felt, I don't know. Other than, do you know the only pain I had was in my knuckles? My hands, and my left hand, but right hand especially, it all puffed away up, and my knuckles were fucking agony. And I had to keep like massaging them. And this is what this nurse had said. She'd come over. She wasn't very, bedside manner wise, I thought, until that is at night time. I couldn't tell you how long I was in there. Maybe about 3 days, I think, something like that. Maybe not even that. I don't know. I do know that I was there this night, and the man next to me had a stroke, and he was about early 60s, and he was really unsettled. He was fighting it kind of thing, and fighting it could just run by, and he would get really unsettled. And you know, this nurse used to sit next to him, and she used to do that with his hair, and just stroke his head back, and she would sing to him, and he liked country and western music. So she would sit, and she was a really good singer, and she would keep her voice really quite quiet, soft, and she would just be singing. I don't know what she sang, but I remember lying listening to it, and just how you can get people wrong. You know, she wasn't, it was just maybe her appearance, that she'd been bullied. Fuck me. Everybody's been bullied. Fucking everybody in this planet, I think, has been at one point in their life, some point in their life, they have been bullied. So, anywho, right, they came and they took the trouser things off at one point. And I remember I was in the loo, and as I say, they were using this thing called the Steady. You'll know, stroke survivors, they'll know YouTube. I'm going to get that printed up. That's mine. Right? I said that, I think, I don't know, third video in. I'm a bit concerned about my views, mind you. I'm disappointed in my readers. I thought they would have liked it. I thought they would have watched one of it and at least gave me a like. But then again, I don't believe for calling it. Who on earth would make? Please don't. I keep on forgetting to say this. Do not correspond to that stupid email that's Zach, my big black man. Right? Zach's the guy that I know, and it's a private joke between him and I. But that was in my phone book. So somebody had to get into my phone book to create, and not only that, put my surname on the end of it. Don't at gmail.com. I have never looked at it. Since that was created, I have never looked at it. So some filthy, raggy bastard has had a ball of a time with my phone. And they can get into everything now. They're honing their skills, but you'd have to be very, gadgety for a better word, And there's a lot more I can tell you of when it started. And believe me, I am going to fucking tell you. And I won't miss a thing out. Not one. I never finished my Neil Arthur story. Right, we'll do it quick. Shouted us back, him and Stephen. Couldn't find a hotel. Right, we'll walk down with you. I was next to Neil. What you saying? He says, man, a very small conversation. If our man's so tall, I'm so tall. You raise me and then you let me fall. I'm so small. Wrapped around your finger. Seen before. Here we go now. Anywho, right. And so think of it. Two 15-year-olds and a 16-year-old that thinks this man is fucking God. How would you feel that you're walking down the mall with the entertainment of that night that you're going to run round now and get in? Just put yourself in that moment. If any of you have ever met your idol, fucking hero. Anyhow, I remember, right, you never took a pen. You wouldn't take pen. So I asked my dad to get it engraved with his initials, and I sent the pen to him, and he wrote back, and it was quite it was on the back of a postcard, Peckham, the postcard was from, anywho, whatever, and he wrote back, saying thank you and everything. I had that for years. I might be in the loft, I don't know. I had a lot of things stolen personally. That's another thing. Fucking nude photographs, everything, and you fucking who stole them? Not Neil Arthur. No, it wasn't him. He never broke in and stole the nude photographs. Somebody else, I'll tell you, I know who it is. I had to go into the fucking police station and get them. I know I sent my brother in actually. I was about 20. No, I was 18 when they were taken, fucking private on holiday. Anywho, never mind that. I've got enough of a habit here now saying this. Anywho, my daughter brought me in egg mayo salad. She's away with Maeve, thank the Lord. I forgot Maeve was here. That's another thing I do. I forget all the time since this hoorie stroke that I'll forget my daughter was in. I'll forget I've done this. I'll, because I don't sit and look at these. I looked at one the other day, talking about my Johnny the boy. Can't talk about that one though at the moment. Anywho, again, a lot of my readers say anywho club, the anywho club. What was I talking about? I can't recall now. See, that's another thing. Fuck, it's away. Oh, it'll have to be censored. But why should it be censored? You're allowed porn and all that on. Oh no, I was finishing fucking Neil Arthur. That's right. So anywho, right, he wrote back to me, and that was lovely. And then my brother's an illustrator, an artist, so he was in England at the time, and I was in Iona Court. So of course I wanted Mark to do a portrait of Neil Arthur without, he had his shades and all that, his curly hair and all the rest of it. Anywho, then, and for some reason, I didn't want the shades on. I wanted the shades off, so I was very specific about what I wanted. And I can't remember, but apparently, well, I did. Mark said I did. I wanted Erasure, the group, the British band Erasure. I've been to see them. I'll tell you the story. We broke in with a very non-Erasure fan, and I talked her into taking a day off work, spending money she didn't have on tickets, coming with me to see Erasure. Meg's more Oasis type, Bob Dylan and all that kind of music. She is not Erasure. And I saw doors that were open because, again, I was on a mission. I wanted Andy Bell. Right now, God knows what's wrong with me. My mother used to say that. And I had my daughter by this time. She was 12 weeks old, and my mum, we stayed in West Kilchucky by this time. Oh, we'd done the rounds by this time. I don't know half of the fucking thing. But anywho, my mum was looking after my daughter, and I was in Glasgow with Erasure Mega Collar, and she'll say to this day, she came to see me when I had my stroke over at my daughter's, and she said, and the Meg's 10 years older than me, so, but she doesn't look anywhere near that, and she certainly doesn't behave like it, and that's a number. To us, it's a number. Maybe, she stays in the next village, but anyway, Meg came to see me, and we were talking about that, and she says, I still don't know how you talked me into that, and see if I mention it on Facebook. I'd went through a phase at the end of 2017. I was quite happy, enjoying myself on YouTube with the different songs that I like. I'm watching Catfish now, of all, imagine. Anyway, we managed to get in. There was a door open at the SECC in Glasgow, and I said to Meg, come on, because I wanted to be there to try and get the sound check and meet them, kind of thing. So Meg said, no, and I'm saying, oh, come on, they'll be all right, we can get back out. So we went, we were in the first tier kind of thing, and doors fucking locked behind us after about half an hour. I kept saying, she's like, come on, let's go. And I'm saying, no, come on, just stay. They'll not be long now. And I had it all worked out, time this is on, they'll be on it, whatever time. And so I think there's a guy in there called Vince Clarke as well. Kind of know. Anyway, we managed to get in, and as I say, the doors closed behind us. And who should come on stage but fucking Andy Bell, Vince Clarke, and two backing singers, and a dog, a Yorkshire Terrier. I'm sure it was a Yorkshire Terrier, a small dog, and it was running about stage and that, and fucking quickest sound check ever. I don't even think the man sung a note, not one note. That's my Dolores O'Riordan. Do not talk about Dolores. Don't talk about her. we'll talk about Dolores another time. I'll have that on YouTube, rules or not, and I'll have it fucking cranked up to the hear me chanting as well. You might not hear me chanting due to the volume. By the way, I'm sober. That's still, look, I haven't had any for about 3 days. I was on the mode for stopping. I was getting into the mode. I've had my vape. I'm sucking the life out of a fucking vape. So I am. Anyway, oh, Neil Arthur. Right, so Mark did do the drawings and I sent it to him. And I sent him my cravat as well. I bought it at the bloody Adams shop, which back in the day was, you only bought that in there, fancy silk. Can't remember what colour it was. I think it might have been burgundy. It might have been, I don't know, or green or something, Irish roots. Who knows? But anyway, I done that as well. And I sent that to him. And then the band broke up. And I remember having a breakdown about it. I mean, I was really having this. I remember buying that Agnetha song, Wrap Your Arms Around Me, and I would lie and cry in my stepsister's bed because she was now away to England to do nannying. She came back to Scotland. But the goings on that happened in England with the nannying for this Jewish doctor family, nothing against, right? Nothing against anything like that. I mean, I myself, I'm not, what did my ex-fiance call me? My father was raging. He called me a bead rattling bastard. He was joking, but, it's a bit insensitive, isn't it? That's him. I actually got engaged to that. I've been celibate now for fucking nearly 10 years, apart from one incident with him, and I wouldn't call it anything. Fuck me, it wasn't anything to write home about, put it that way. I'm like, not only have I been reborn, I've been reborn into all that as well, because I don't intend to stay single. I'm going to I get paid soon. I'm fucking skint at the moment, and bastard, and what is it, universal credit? Oh, shocking. Absolutely fucking shocking. And I bank with TSB and I have done for many years, 20 odd years. And do you know, I phoned them up and they couldn't help me. So why are you advertising on your website? Oh, are you? And everybody's in trouble. Wait, since COVID, everybody has found it a struggle, rich or poor. I would say I'm in the middle, right? But I fucking worked. I've worked all my days. I gave up time that I could have had with my daughter. If it hadn't been for my mum looking after my daughter and my dad, and even my stepfather was right up. Even after that, brutal. And that wasn't the first. And that's not the worst. There's more. It's worse than that I was subjected to. And my mum stopped drinking. It was all over the head of fucking alcohol. And that's why my mum's marriage split up. But at least my dad warned my mum that he promised to stay off it. And did for 7 years. But my dad worked, he had a very good job. He worked for Shell and he was a very, very intelligent man. And my mum says that the lives went downhill when they moved to Caddington in England. They should never have left Ardrossan in Scotland. They should never have done that. If they hadn't have done that, who knows? I was only a baby. I was only about months old when we moved to Caddington. Mark was 7. And then, if you're a kind of pen pusher, and back in the 60s as well, drink and drive, all that carry on, you drink yourself under the table, which my father did many a time. And just terrible. It went from there, and then my mum left. My mum met my stepfather. Talk about opposite, going from one frying pan into the fire. She fell into a fucking inferno. That's what happened. A fucking inferno. And he may be in there now. Who knows? Who knows? Do I think about it? No. So, anywho, we'll end this on a positive note. Maeve's away. I'm waiting for my daughter to come back. That's me. I'll be mellow, mellow tonight. Thank the Lord. Um, and I'll tell you, I was in the loo, that's right, when the Indian doctor came round, my consultant, he came round to tell me that, you know, the medical side of treating me has been done. So now I will now go to the other hospital, which was in Irvine, the old maternity hospital. That's where my brother was born. I wasn't. I was born in Buckridden. Anywho, I mean, my dad even came to my mum. You know how people give um, money for the baby, and they put it in the baby's crib and stuff like that. And um, my dad came in when I was born after everybody had left, and demanded that my mum give him the money that the people had given for me, kind of thing, out the crib. That's how bad and worse than that, you know. And my mum, there's a lot of things, but I have to talk about it because this is getting logged, and I want it to be logged. Um, I want it to be logged, and I can refer back to it. I mean, if I get one viewer, I don't mind. It doesn't even. If I get no viewers, I don't mind. You know, I'm doing it more for my sake, and people that can resonate with me, that can, you know, they don't tell you what happens after a stroke, or any kind of brain injury. You know, my Sandra, my friend, you know, is that her daughter's has a brain injury through a car crash, um, going to work. Not Mark, I know another guy like that. It was he was supposed to be a professional footballer, and not one mark on him. Side of his head hit the. He's the passenger, and it hit the side of the window, and that was enough. That was it. And he was very bitter, very very bitter that he couldn't walk properly, and he was different. And you know, you have to think. Well, I was 53 when I had my stroke, and how I survived it, I don't know. I divine intervention, I tell you. Between that and my mood, you know, I started to when I got transferred to the other hospital. I wanted the hall decorated, and I wanted it done with red poppies, white with red poppies, and I was adamant this had to be red poppies, and I wanted it to be a red carpet. My daughter was getting demented. She didn't know, you know, she's terrible at picking things out for other people in case she gets it wrong. And because suddenly I had done this, you know, switch about, um, that one minute I didn't care really whether I lived or died. I really wanted to go for the latter. I knew my mum was there. So I'll be the same place where she is. In fact, there's one left in our plot. My dad's there, my mum's there, and I've booked the third plot, regards whether I've got another half or not. My other half's coming up to do bushes, pull out the bushes so I can get out with this. This has started already. What door is easiest for me to get off? Will it be the front door? Will the bushes pulled up? Or will it be the back door? And the back door is just a long path, a step. Now that's a bam. Ramps, they're willing to give me ramps as well as banister. I'm going to get a couple of ramps thrown in there, well, one anyway. And but I always keep a chain on the gate because of the max. So I need to get a new chain anyway. So it means I see I used to walk with a quad stick, and I need to start. I've let everything go as far as my physio and, you know, practicing and stuff like that. What do you call it? Not practicing. Your physio, just your exercise. Them, the, you know, see how your joints and your legs and stuff, especially on your stroke side, they stiffen up. And obviously, if you don't use them, it'll keep stiffening up. And I asked my neurologist, in fact, that the last time when I was on here at that appointment, I go back and see him again. I've two appointments we had to cancel, I was supposed to go back to last month and we had to cancel them. Oh wait, I'll show you my brother while I'm on. I don't know why that popped into my head. Look. My next one's amethyst. It's all changed. See, since I got it, it's a citrine protection. Protection. What else? Do you know where I saw that one? As well as the tarot. Trailer Park Boys. If anybody's not watched it, my grandson put me onto it. Well, put me onto it. I've never been off the bloody swine. I've watched Trailer Park Boys movies. I could probably, I could play a part in the bloody role in the play thing, but it's good. It depends what kind of humour you've got, sense of humour, and it's mine down the T, right down the T. I don't even know if that makes sense. Anywho, right, I'm just kind of rambling here, and it's 25 minutes, 26 minutes now. So let's see, oh, it's still going on. Karma, for infinity, for infinity. Hey, we'll start off again somewhere else. Who knows? I don't know, but I wish you all. I haven't even said good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have now, and I wish you all a nice happy May's Day as the start of summer coming now, and it's still our skies are perfect blue. Stop your fussing, boy. Anyway, I'm as a bug. Wandering wee bastard. Right, I shall see you all again, probably in another 2 months. No, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna leave. I've got a new phone, so I've got my SIM. I've got the phone. I got the SIM. So, oh, wee dog out there. I don't know whose dog that is. You know everybody here. Well, mind you, there's been a few randoms going by, but my policy is let live and let live. You know, why you sticking your nose into my fucking business? I don't do it to you, so why the hell are you doing it to me? Grass cutter out now. So, anywho, I'm going to bid you all goodbye, and well, till next time. I hope you're all well. No, I'm not going to do it to. I was going to run it to 30. I'm not. Right, I'll just see where it stops. And thank you for listening to me. And there we are. There's Catfish is back on. I'll get done. YouTube. Bye.